experience, whether you are looking for a career, whether you are looking for a career change, fresh out of school, or just curious about IT, this series is for you. Over the next several months, we'll cover different IT careers from cloud computing to cybersecurity, AI for business, graphic design, and software engineering. Also, we have expert guest speakers joining us to share their journeys and insight. So uh, this live shift today, we're breaking down into various segments. So first of all, what is IT and why should we consider it? What is IT? The term IT. What does it mean? Now, IT is a vast field with numerous career opportunities. Um, it stands for information technology. So it's a very high demand, lucrative salary and career flexible career path for IT beginners. So one reason why you should consider one reason why you should consider IT is remote work possibilities and continuous learning. I mean, I'm a computer expert. I've been doing IT for like 7 years now, and I can attest to this. IT is, is too flexible. It's a career path that is very, very, very flexible. I can work from home. I can handle a lot of projects online. Actually, I have so many projects every day. I don't necessarily need to be in the companies or company I actually handle this project or this project on. So IT is flexible. There's a lot of opportunities, and yes, you can break into IT without zero prior knowledge. So let's look at common myth about IT. Many people nowadays just think IT is, well, maybe, oh, IT is this, IT is that. I need to have a degree. I need to have a PhD. I need to have science in secondary school. I need to do no, 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 no. No. So many people ask me this question. Many people always think, do you need a degree to get into IT? And the answer is no. Many successful IT professionals today are even self-taught. A lot of them, a lot of people, we have listened to the issue of thousands of people who were, first of all, maybe they were probably from the finance sector. There are a lot of people like that on YouTube, on Facebook, from the finance sector, from law, and today they find themselves in IT. We have one of our various employees and staff that, of course, some of them study geography, and today they are into IT. So you don't need a degree to get into IT. You must not even be good at math. I know most people will say you need to be good at math, you need to be good at math. No, you don't need to be good at math. Today we are going to explain everything to you. Now, and IT is not only about coding. No, there are a lot of IT roles that do not demand coding. So we are going to be breaking these things for you today, clarify all your doubts. So lastly, we are going to talk about the key IT career path for beginner. As a beginner, you need to have a career path. So we are going to break into cloud computing, which simply means managing cloud infrastructures like AWS, Azure, Google Cloud provider, which is GCP. We're also going to talk about cybersecurity, which means protecting systems and network from threats. Threats are actually bad actors. Okay. So AI for business, we are going to see how we can leverage AI tools to automate business processes. I, for one, it helps me a lot. I'm a cybersecurity expert with over many years of experience, and AI has been helping me do a lot of stuff, automation. We're also going to look at graphic design, creative visual content using digital tools, Photoshop, CapCut, and a lot of those. Software engineering, which simply means developing applications and software solutions. Like all of us use WhatsApp, we use YouTube. These are all software solutions. So today we have a guest speaker, an expert in the field, and her name, she goes by name Engineer Ekuti Kiera. She'll be sharing us her journey into IT and how you can also get started. So, Miss Kiera, you have the floor. So, tell us a bit about your journey as an IT expert. There are many people who are curious to know about how to break into IT. So, let's hear from Madam Kiera. Maybe she has something to us. You have the floor, Madam.
Hello everyone, my name is Eto Kiera Ekuti and I'm a network engineer. And to talk about my journey in IT, I would say my journey began with passion and curiosity. Growing up as a kid, I was always passionate about computers. Like I grew up in an environment where we're used to seeing computers. I had elder brothers that used to play the PS4 games, and I saw them playing it, and I was like, "Wow, this is something nice." But I wanted to know what was behind that game, not just the game. Like this computer that they used to play the game, how was it developed? What is the technology behind it? And from there, I started building interest in IT. So when I reached at the level of the university, I had to pursue an engineering degree. So basically, that is how my journey in IT began.
So, Madam, so you say you started with you had passion for IT, for some reason or somehow you are now an expert in the field. All right. So, Madam, please let's assume that maybe the viewers, people watching out or watching us out there. So, what advice do you have for someone starting with no experience? So, what advice do you have for someone starting with zero experience?
I would say if you want to start IT and you don't have the experience, some people think that it is impossible. It is very possible. But the first thing you have to do is IT is a very broad and vast field. You first of all have to identify the area of IT you are interested in. Maybe you are interested in security and you want to pursue something like cyber security or mobile app development or software engineering or graphic design. So first of all, you have to identify your niche that you are interested in. And from there, you can decide whether you want to enroll in an IT school or you want to do self-learning, where you can go online, look for resources, and platforms like YouTube. YouTube is a very good place to start because from there are many mostly Indians that teach you from basic to advanced. There are projects that you can copy and redo to learn the skills. So you have to first of all identify your niche and then you decide whether you want to go to school or you want to learn it on your own. And you also require a lot of dedication. It's not just something that you can start and you think that you see result in 1 week. No, it takes a lot of dedication and passion for you to actually excel in it. And if you are really dedicated, within 3 to 6 months, you'll be an expert.
Okay, madam. I think I would like to. I think you were too detailed. You were too detailed. So first of all, it starts with passion. That's what you said. It starts with passion, and secondly, um, you have to do some docking. Docking means when you want to identify your passion, what you have passion for. You then now go to YouTube, Google, Twitter. Now see how we can break into this field. Now, so if I want to ask you this, what are the best resources or certifications that you recommend for beginner? That is someone want to break into IT. What are some of the certification or resources that you can, maybe guide them on on how to um, how to go about their passion?
For resources, first of all, I will start with YouTube because YouTube is the most common and people mostly learn by seeing. So with YouTube, you see how they do it, and from there you can practice. For software engineer, you can start with sites like W3 schools because from W3 schools they explain all the concepts. If it's C programming you want to learn or it's HTML and CSS, there is explanation, exercises that you can do, and from there you can learn. You can take online courses on Udemy or Coursera. For network engineers like me, you can start from CCNA, which is Cisco Certified Network Associate, or you can start from CompTIA Network Plus. So from those courses, you also get the skills that you need.
Thank you, madam. You just gave a detailed explanation of how someone can break into IT. That is self-taught. Remember from the beginning of the presentation, I said that there are many people today that are into IT that are self-taught. That is, nobody taught them anything. They didn't go to any university. They didn't have any degree. But of course, they can venture. They can learn on their own, following the resources you gave and certification. That's what worked for me. In the beginning when I started IT, that should be like 2007 or so. Yep. I was a little boy back then, and I was like, there was no computers back then, there was no internet, there was no, these facilities were not like now, we have internet everywhere. So it was kind of hard for me to break into IT, really kind of hard, but it's not the case now. There's internet everywhere, there are resources all over the place, free certifications and so on. So, and we have more engineers today. So, thank you, Madam Kega, for that beautiful insight and explanation of how we can break into IT without any prior knowledge. So I would like to invite, maybe we have some other people in the house. Yep, we have some other people in the house. We have uh, Madam Charlotte, who happens to be the PRO of Trustech University. We have Madam Emanuela, who happens to be our office operation expert. We have one more guest speaker, which for now we are gonna reserve his place for. He's gonna show up. So we welcome Madam Charlotte to the program. Madam Manuela. Madam Charlotte, welcome. Welcome, Madam
Hello,
Charlotte. Okay, Madam
hello, how
Emanuela.
you doing?
Madam Emanuela, welcome to the show.
Thank you, sir.
All right. So we have some, maybe have some voice, have some questions, maybe for you guys. You guys are expert in the field. You guys know a lot. You want to share to our viewers. Okay. So I would like to ask this question: Can I get into IT without a degree? Um, can I get into IT without a degree? Is that possible, Madam Shah?
Hello, Miss Alexia.
Hello, madam.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. I hope you too.
Okay, I'm fine. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I'm called Awaja Charlotte, the PRO of this prestigious university, Trustech University. I'm here to answer the question if someone can actually get into IT without a degree. It's absolutely very correct for you to enter into IT without the degree, yes, is to tell you that more professionals are self-taught, like they earn certification instead of degrees. And moreover, employers out there, they are looking for people with skills and experience. So you must not necessarily have a degree before you enter into IT. You will know a lot of experts in Cameroon, in the world right now, that started probably from the art background, and today they are excelling and doing perfectly well in the field of IT. So you must not have a degree before you enroll in an IT, in the IT field.
Yes, I totally agree with you, Madam Shah. I totally agree with you. Like I said at the beginning of the presentation, there are a lot of experts we have in Cameroon that are from non-technical or scientific background like some of us, but they are excelling and doing well, right? So I totally agree with you. So, Madam, what you have been in Trustech for a while, you have been in charge of many, you have had many posts of responsibilities, and I mean, for the past years you have been in the field. What's the best IT career for a complete beginner? So let's say someone walk into your office and maybe after this live stream, someone say, "Yeah, I'm interested in joining the IT field to come and join us." So what are some of the best IT career for absolute beginners? Someone who have zero experience in the IT field. So I'll leave the floor for you.
Okay. Actually, there is no particular course given to a beginner. It all depends on your interest, what you're looking out for, or what you're looking for. For example, if you love troubleshooting, then you should be talking about IT field. And in the IT field, if you love security, you should be talking about cyber security. If you love coding, you should go in for software engineering. If you want to learn how to manage infrastructure, then you should be talking about cloud technology. So there is absolutely no field like is given to you that you must start here. It all depends where you are interested in.
Yes, man, I totally agree. I totally agree with you. You know, our guest speaker, Madam Kiera, said something like, it depends on your passion, right? When you have passion for something like me, when I was a kid, I always have passion for security. I always have passion for coding. I would look at Java games. I'll be like, how did they create this game? And I started doing stuff, and I found myself having a software skills. Later on, I switched passion. I was like, one day I sat down and said, look at all this we heard I've had this, I've had that. I was passionate about hacking, and today I find myself doing cyber security. So I totally agree with you. Your depends on your passion and your interest. Thank you very much for that beautiful explanation, madam. Um, I don't know, Madam Emmanuela, you are office operations specialist here there at Trustech. Please, let's talk a bit about software engineering. Let's talk a bit about software engineering. If someone asks you, how can I become a software engineer with that experience? What, I mean, how are you going to approach that question, and how can you answer that? How to break into software engineering specifically without zero experience? So I'll leave the floor to Madam Emanuela.
You can be experienced by learning programming language. We have Python, we have JavaScript. You can also build projects and contribute to open source work. There are a lot of ways, and these are a few I can mention, not leaving out considering coding and board camp or online courses. Online courses is one of the easiest way to become a software engineer without experience. I mean, even from home, you can learn this. So yes, I believe you can really become an
Okay, so madam, you are telling me for me to become a software engineer, I know about software engineering, but let me use the let me ease your explanation. So
yeah.
you are trying to tell me that to be a software engineer, the first thing I need to do, or maybe not the first, but at least once skill I need to have is coding, which means it's
Yeah.
programming. I need to be familiar with programming languages. You know, computers don't understand English language like we do. So we have to learn their language, then start telling them to do stuff for us. Computer do work for us, but we need to know how to talk to the computer before it can actually understand us. We cannot just go and say, yeah, we are writing maybe a certain already in English language. Nah, it doesn't work that way. So you need to understand the language, and you make mention of Python. Exactly, Python is a programming language. JavaScript, to some extent, is also a programming language. Okay, okay, madam. So let's go further. Let's go further. So how can I gain hands-on experience without a job? We believe that sometimes most companies they say, yeah, you should have 7 years experience before they can hire you. You should have 5 years experience. So how can I gain hands-on experience then without a job? Is it possible for me to gain hands-on experience without a job? I don't know.
Yes,
Maybe you should help. Okay.
yes, yes.
Okay.
You can absolutely get hands-on experience without a job. There are a lot of volunteers you can get into for businesses. They'll be happy to take you and train you on this. And also,
Okay.
volunteer it goes along with freelancing, right? With this, you can get a lot of experience, which will help you get a job in the engineering field.
Okay, madam. Thank you very much. You made mention of something volunteering. Yes, for small businesses, that's absolutely true. One way you can actually apply what you have learned is by going doing volunteerism. Go to a small business and say, okay, guys, I want don't pay me. I just want to learn. I just want to apply what I wouldn't know. I think that's one way. Also, building home labs, as you said, home labs simply means that, say for cybersecurity, we sometimes we don't have permissions to hack companies. So if I don't have yet, when I didn't have authorization to start hacking companies, what I'll do is I'll create my own home lab, maybe join 2 computers, buy more computers, like 3 computers. I try to hack into those computers, try to hack into the servers that are inside those computers. And that's how I gain my experience. I'm out here now having jobs and stuff like that. So thank you very much for that, beautiful, detailed explanation. So I want to go back to Madam Shah. I think Madam Shah, we have unfinished business. I hope you are not going. We have
See
unfinished.
you. I'm
Okay.
here.
How long does it take to break into IT? Our viewers would love to know how long it takes for us to venture into, how long we are going to take to break into IT.
All right, thank you very much. Well, it all depends on your dedicated studies and your hands-on practicals. That is what will determine how long it can take. But if you're smart enough that you can really learn within the space of 3 months and 6 months, 3 to 6 months, you can get a good six-figure job that will enable you to work perfectly and earn good money. But in some complex careers that are broad, it can take like 1 or 2 years for you to complete the full career. So it all depends what you are going in for and how smart you are too.
Okay, thank you, madam. I totally agree with you. Okay, it depends on how smart you are. It depends also, in fact, it depends on a lot of stuff, as like you rightly said, how dedicated you are. Okay, dedication equals to speed. Okay, when you are dedicated, you have you grasp the momentum very fast and become uh, an expert. So we have an expert in the house. I'm still with you, Madam Kera. You are an expert. I think this question will go for you. Okay. Let me. Can you connect with me? Okay, Madam Kera. How do I start a career in cybersecurity? How do I start a career in cloud computing? You being an expert in the field, so how can advise? How can someone start a career in cybersecurity and cloud computing?
cybersecurity. First of all, most of cybersecurity, the basics is networking. So you are supposed to start learning the basics of networking and build from there, because cybersecurity is linked with networks and the internet. So you start with networking basics, and then you can take certifications like Computer Security Plus, and you also have to practice ethical hacking skills to get to know how you can hack into systems, because as a cybersecurity expert, you are like a hacker, but you learn everything that a hacker knows and you help prevent hackers from getting into that system. So you are supposed to be a hacker to know how a hacker works, and so that you can be able to prevent them from getting into systems. So first of all, you learn networking basics, you take the cyber security courses like Computer Security Plus, and you also have to learn things like ethical hacking and penetration testing. Then for cloud computing, you can take certifications like AWS practitioner to learn the basics on how to manage cloud infrastructure. And the cloud computing also has a little bit of security in it, because it is in the cloud, in the internet. It has to be more secured, because people will be trusting with their infrastructure, with their services, and with their private data for you to store in the cloud.
Uh, Thank you, Madam Kira. So in a nutshell, you are simply saying that we can break into cybersecurity, start with basics, having basic certification, which you mentioned earlier, like Computer Security Plus, like the CCNA. Now, but before we get into cybersecurity, if I got you right, you should understand networking basics. Maybe have a CCNA certification and stuff like that. Okay, I think that's true, because for my case, for me that was the case. So talking about cloud computing, you may mention that um, we can get involved in cloud computing using remote servers or data storage, cloud computing power instead of local hardware. So, in fact, the cloud is the future. The cloud is the future. I may mention that it says something like uh, cybersecurity is being incorporated to some extent to cloud, right? So in cloud, there is also cybersecurity experts also have to manage the cloud infrastructure, because when you break into IT, cybersecurity is very broad. You can become an ethical hacker, you can become a cloud security expert, you can become an on-premise expert, you can become a hardware expert, security expert. So I totally agree with you, because a cloud service provider will provide security on the cloud, right? So you will be the one to provide security in the cloud. So we need cybersecurity experts also in the cloud. So this IT is just walk around, and all the concepts still remain the same. All right. I would like to invite another guest speaker, and I don't want to break into it right now, but I feel like it's time for us to break into it. So I would like to invite Mr. Esom, who happens to be a social media marketer, who happens to be a content creator, um, to come and share his insight with us, to come and tell us something. Maybe he has something to say we don't know. Let him come and share with us. So we bring to the show Mr. Esom.
Good day, sir.
Good day, sir. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. I'm called
Good.
Mr. Esong Tako. I go by name really on social media. So, yeah.
So, Mr. Essom, you go by name, real is rare in social media. You are a guest speaker here. I believe you have a lot to say. You have a lot to say when it concerns Trustech University, when it concerns IT, breaking into IT. In fact, you have a lot to say. Maybe we should hear from you. What advice you have for maybe people listening to us right now, or how do you intend um, uh, summarizing all what we just discussed with some of our best experts in the house? How can you summarize this debate or this live sessions we have, questions about breaking into IT? How can you summarize it in your own way, and how has it impacted you as a social media influencer that you are? So I'll leave the floor to you for you.
Okay, first of all, I want to thank you for this opportunity that you have given out to me. So the first question that you asked was, can I get into IT without a degree? Yes, I can get into IT without a degree. Even for someone that's not into IT stuff, you are just doing your things in the background, you don't really know about IT, you want to be part of the IT world, you want to be part of the IT family, you can get into IT without a degree, but there is an advantage for those who have a degree. That is why we have created institutions like this to make sure that you do not only have the passion, you also have the certificate at the end of the day to work in big companies like Apple, Linux, Microsoft. You will not just be working in the background. So, and with the experience, with your degree and your experience, you have an upper hand compared to someone who has just the passion and then just, I want to just do IT. So it's very good to have a degree. So for the first question, for what I got.
Okay, sir. You said you totally agree. Someone can break into IT without necessarily having a degree. I think you mentioned that earlier. But having a degree is something is something we can also look into. Okay, so now nowadays there are many schools say, oh yeah, come to me, I'll teach you, come to me, I will certify you, come to me, I'll make you know this and stuff like that. But they do not keep to their promises, they not keep to their word. So if I meet you, maybe you're a social media influencer, uh, someone meet you and say, hey sir, I want to study IT. I want to know more about IT. I want to learn a skill. I want to learn networking. I want to learn cybersecurity. I want to learn cloud. I want to learn graphics. I want to learn motion engineering. I want to learn hardware engineering. What do you tell that person? So assume you have the prospect asks you that question. How are you going to approach the person? What school are you going to recommend and why? Okay, so maybe you should elaborate more on
What
that.
what school would I recommend? Okay. If I got the question well, you are trying to ask me one of the best institutions to recommend for anyone who is interested to study IT. Now, based on the fact that I'm not talking because I'm being biased here, but in order of rankings and how we rank institutions and universities, there's longevity. And come to think of it, Trustech is one of the oldest universities in Boya, apart from University of Boya. Trustech has been existing since 2001, and this is not a made-up story or whatever. Everyone who is doubting me, you can just search it online. Trustech has been existing since 2001. It has its name printed on the soils of Boya 2001, and Trustech has one of the best teachers we have. In fact, I'll not over talk much about this because it's like I'm trying to, but for anyone who is interested to study IT, Boya, Cameroon, Yaoundé, Douala, I will recommend Trustech any day, anytime. Not just for the longevity, because it has one of the best staffs, it has one of the best labs, and it has one of the best infrastructures, and it's secure. Because aside from the fact that you want to be educated, do not go where something might happen to your child. Don't say a child where something might happen to the child. So we are in secure lands. We are where we are secured. Our lives are secured. So what's the point of risking your life to go and get a certificate where you are not even sure of living to even graduate and see a certificate? So you should think of your life first, your security, which is a first thing, and then the longevity of the school, the teachers in the school, and everything. So I think the Trustech University is the best for me. Is the best. Thank you.
All right. Trustech University, Soboya is the best. The place to be, the real place to be, I think, is there. Thank you, Mr. Esong. Um, let's leave our viewers digest what we have today. We'll be coming back subsequently with more episode. We're having another episode, and the next episode will be on cloud computing. Okay, so yep. Thank you all for tuning in. In our next episode, like I mentioned earlier, we will delve deeper into cloud computing, and we are going to see how we can start learning cloud computing. Okay, so viewers, don't forget to like, don't forget to share, and of course, don't forget to subscribe and stay updated. See you guys next time. Mr. Esong, thank you for tuning in, Madam Kiera, Madam Emanuela, Madam Charlotte. Thank you all for being here today. We hope to see you all safe next time. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, sir.